Their latest data shows that...
What's up, everybody? It's Julio here with the Monolog Podcast, and tonight I got the usual suspects, Jose, Ricky, and Marcus, and we got some good stuff for you guys tonight. Let's get the show started with our first dirty joke. So, do you guys know pigeons die when they have sex?
No.
Well, the one I had sex with did.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was one really wild joke.
Oh, whoa.
As a disclaimer, I have not had sex with an animal. Let me put that out there.
You do realize.
As a disclaimer, I don't know whether to believe it or not because I'm not with him 24/7.
He didn't even need to say that because we already knew it was a dirty joke, dumb.
Now everybody's gonna know you as the pigeon fucker.
I mean, I look like Farva from like Super Troopers, who was called the chicken fucker, so I can go with pigeon fucker.
Next closest thing, huh?
Yeah.
This is
Got the
not the
stash.
bear fucker.
Oh yeah, the cop from CPD.
Straight went into that pigeon talking about car ramrod.
Oh goddamn, it's gonna be a good show tonight, guys. All right, it's time for the weekly catch up, guys. Jose, you go first.
Alrighty, so my highlight of the week was Saturday. Went to the fan to Muir Woods. Almost didn't make it because every time I was trying to leave the house, we had to come back. Initially, Melody wanted a pen to draw on the way, so we came back for that. Then she had to use the bathroom because she drank too much Sunny D. And then 10 minutes in, she had to go to the bathroom again, blaming the Sunny D. So I was close to just pulling the plug on the whole event, but pulled through. We made it there on time. Once we got there, it was great time with the fam. Until Vanessa pooped in her diaper, and we were those parents, baby. So we had to backtrack and go back to the car. And then just ended the night watching boxing. It was a good fight with Oscar Valdez and Miguel Berchelt, which ended in knockout. What are you going to say, William?
Before we get into the details of the fight, I was going to say, you are a very, very patient man to go back home 3 times and not cancel a trip, an outing with the fam.
Yeah, I was going to blame the reservation because we had to be there at 11:30 a.m. And the GPS kept saying, all right, I was going to go there half an hour early. And I'm going 45 minutes later than anticipated, but at least I had some buffer time. But the fight was freaking epic. It ended in a knockout for the 10th round with Valdez, the new champion. And later found out that the champion, Miguel Berchelt, had a call from the Mexican president rooting him on to win. Had Julio Cesar Chavez supporting him. So to actually lose and have Valdez win was something else.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty crazy. That fight was pretty good.
At one point, fight too, right?
Yeah. At one point, I was gonna text Jose and be like, "Bro, I should be a boxing scout because I damn near called the fight again."
Yeah. Last time you called it to the round.
Right. I missed this one by 1. I was like, this is not going 12 rounds, bro.
Ryan Garcia, Lil Campbell, when you called to the round, that's the thing.
Bro, the Ryan Garcia one, I called it. Yep. That's what I'm saying. My wife was like, what's going on? And even when he got laid out, my wife had to watch the replay in slow motion to see how he got tapped. But as soon as he got tapped, I was like, he's out. Because you see his legs just lock up, and that's when you know a boxer is really, really hurt. When they do that like wide leg pigeon walk, but their legs are locked.
Yep.
That's when you know they're folding like a beach towel. Beach chair, sorry.
Beach chair,
like
but still funny.
But yeah, Jose, thanks for reminding me about that fight. I totally would have missed it if it wasn't for you.
Sounds like he was stumbling like a pigeon.
No, dude, it wasn't even a stumbling thing. As soon as he got hit, it like literally locked his knees up. So he kind of did that thing where his upper body was coming down, but his knees hadn't bent yet. He was knocked out on the canvas for like 2 minutes before he came to.
Yeah, it was scary. They had to stop this.
Yeah, dude, it was scary for him. They had to like
shit.
lay him on his back. The paramedics came onto the ring. He wasn't like responding. They were trying to wake him for a minute. Like he hit the canvas hard.
Damn, I missed a good fight.
Always catch a replay.
Jeez. Marcus, how's your week?
I mean, not much. I mean, the deep freeze and all of fucking Houston became an icicle for
You guys finally
3
thought out.
days. Everybody freaking the fuck out. We got people trying to buy 30 fucking cases of water, so they limited it to 3 per person. I got people bitching about, oh, this is my grandma's card, and it's a family card. I was like, bitch, we don't do that. It's 1 per person. You can have your grandma put you on the account, and you can get your own card. We kept begging my manager for like, hey, like, can you guys like just cut me some slack, let me slide. I was like, yeah, we let a lot of people slide in 2020. It's 2021. That shit stopped.
You got to get with the program.
You want to slide? Go find some ice out there. In here, we got rules.
Hey, yeah.
My brother's fucking roof caved in. So his roof caved in, and apparently, his wife also tested positive for COVID. So they're quarantining now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. What part of quarantining did you not get?
They could have gone to a hotel, but continue. No. That sucks. So the house is pretty much torn apart, and they're both stuck there while they.
Well,
I thought we were going to take cruise and go to Cancun.
I was like, fuck what I'm going. You had a roof land on your ass.
Yep.
And you possibly.
Wait, it landed on him?
No, dumbass.
I mean, shit, they could have been in the room when it fell down for all we know.
It's a figure of speech.
If the roof landed on them, don't you think I would have said that?
Yeah.
I don't think this would have been such a pleasant conversation.
It probably wouldn't.
I'm still
Ricky,
picking
you're on roll
drywall
tonight.
out of my ass.
Huh?
Oh, man.
Talk about I'm still picking drywall out of my ass.
Damn.
Why does your roof have drywall?
That's the way they fucking built it.
Sounds like most houses in America.
That scene Starstruck would have been classic right now.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, man.
All right. What about you, fuckface?
Yeah.
Not much, man. Pretty much last week was a bore. Had some unpleasant events happen on Friday at work, but can't really discuss it. But besides
And why the fuck would you bring it up?
That's the only thing I had that stands out.
There's trash.
Besides that, it's been a boring week. Although I did enjoy quite a bit of Jose's whiskey here.
Fucking catfish.
How do you still have that bottle, bro? Like, he literally gave me one for my birthday and it was gone 2 days later.
I don't drink that heavily.
That's about the only thing you don't do heavily.
Come on, bro. We got you on camera breathing harder than the holy living fuck. You breathe harder than Homer Simpson, bro.
Yeah, I do.
You breathe harder than me, and I weigh more than you.
That is very true. You weigh a lot more than I do by about maybe 90 pounds, so I got to get to work on my shit.
Thanks for fat shaming, asshole.
Seriously.
I also shame myself.
Doesn't make it any better. No.
Hey, this is why we're all friends. We all shame each other for shit.
What was that?
How was your week, Rick?
It was all right. I mean, besides coming back from vacation and immediately having to take more time off because I got sick. So I got the offer for to have a permanent position where I work now. And then the next night I must have had like some bad chicken or something and just got hella sick. And then, because of the times we're living in, couldn't go back to work till I got tested because I had been traveling and stuff. So they were worried about it. I got my results back today. They're negative. So I'm good to go back to work.
Cool. All right, guys, ready for our next 30 joke?
Let's do it.
Sure.
So much has changed since Johnny told his girlfriend that they're having a baby. For instance, his name, address, telephone number.
Posted.
Funny, but you fucked it up.
Why?
Johnny's girlfriend was the one who told him she's pregnant. Otherwise, the joke doesn't.
Yeah, otherwise it doesn't make sense. But whatever, we know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had to explain a joke. It's not funny. I'll do better next time.
You dumbass.
I'm gonna go down there and just fight with you this weekend.
You're gonna lose.
Fuck it, it'll be worth it. As long as the United Airlines flight doesn't blow an engine on the way there.
Can't promise you anything.
Motherfucker stuck his head out the window. No promises.
It's fucking weird to have seen that news report right after I'd just been on an airplane for 5 hours straight.
Bruh.
Hey, I actually looked up something on YouTube today. So, on 747 with the exact same engine in the Netherlands on Saturday afternoon also had the exact same model engine blow out on takeoff.
Well, somebody's getting fired.
Yep. Damn. One of the quality control boys isn't doing his job. All right, look what I found. Marcus, you go first. Let's see, you got a good one here.
All right, so this one's a little old, but I came across my friend Val sent it to me. So it's a Florida man who threw a alligator through a Wendy's window.
Why?
Wow.
I don't know. Like it did. Like I read the article, it did not say. But
wow.
Seems
like people in Florida.
I bet they fucked up his order, and he was like, "I said light mayo." Motherfucker wound that bitch up. Threw it through the window.
This boy Steve Irwin or something going and fucking grabbing a fucking alligator or a crocodile and just out of the water.
What are people in Florida up to?
Yeah, seriously.
Throwing alligators through Wendy's.
Nah, bro, because that's like, for example, if we were talking about Florida, right? Mm-hmm. I recently came across that article where two women in their 30s disguised themselves as grannies to try to get the second COVID vaccine dosage.
Yep.
And we got video. Actually, we got video of both. Let's go ahead and roll.
Let's watch them together.
Only on 5, a story that thousands of you have been sharing from our Facebook page all night. In fact, at this hour, almost 2,000 people have shared this story today. A 24-year-old man, this man right here, accused of throwing an alligator through a drive-through window. Our Jared Worksma spoke exclusively to his family tonight. And Jared, what are they telling you?
Well, Josh James' parents are telling us that he is an outdoorsman and that Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, was his idol. But above all, they say he is a prankster who meant no harm. Yet Florida Fish and Wildlife says that James grabbed a roughly 3.5-foot alligator on the side of the road, picked it up, got it in his truck, brought it to this Wendy's behind us, and just hurled it through that drive-through window.
Just a stupid prank that he did that's now turning into this.
And you definitely believe this was a prank?
Oh, 100%, because he's a prankster. He does stuff like this because he thinks it's funny.
Ed and Linda James say their son Josh is harmless, but he's sitting in jail facing serious charges. The charge against him is assault with a deadly weapon, intent to do less than murder.
I don't even get that. I don't know how I don't get it.
They're still waiting to get the details from their son directly, but they say Josh knew one of the employees working at this Wendy's.
Was somebody at Wendy's that they were pranking?
Do you think, though, that the people at Wendy's think it was a prank?
Well, I mean, how could you not think something like that was a prank?
Wendy's won't give any comment on the 3.5-foot alligator seen here hurled through the drive-through window. But Florida Fish and Wildlife was far from amused. They used a credit card receipt from a soda James purchased prior to the October incident and tracked him down in December. It wasn't until this morning the family learned the charges.
They said, will he cooperate? I said, absolutely. He's not a bad kid. He's a stupid kid. He did a stupid prank. He had no problem with turning himself in.
And you're saying that he is not a violent person?
Absolutely not. It was a total prank.
All right, back out live now at this Wendy's in Royal Palm Beach. once again, for those of you who are wondering about that alligator, Florida Fish and Wildlife says that it was safely released back into the wild because Josh James' parents did tell us he was not a violent offender, had no criminal past. We did look into that. We have not been able to find anything in his past in terms of criminal charges. As for this charge that's against him now, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to do less than murder, we expect him to be arraigned tomorrow morning. He is spending the night in the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office jail tonight. As soon as we have more information, we will be sure to pass it along. But for now, we're live in Royal Palm Beach. I'm Jared Werksma, WPTV News Channel 5.
Get your second one. So that's a whole waste of time we just wasted here on this. And we're not even sure if they're going to press charges against you and take you to jail right now. So we're at that point right here. But just for your selfishness of stealing a vaccine.
Okay, this is a trespass warning. You're hereby warned that you are not authorized, licensed, or invited to be in these premises and may be arrested if you refuse to leave or return at any time in the future. It's this building, it's our other building, it's our site.
Parking garage.
Everything.
Anything, the whole property around here. You're not allowed to be here no more.
We would never be around.
It's ridiculous that you're here right now.
You are so sorry.
So your information is going to be flagged with the vaccine software. Okay. So
you're Martha.
You guys try and do this again.
You're copied.
You're not going to get a vaccine. Okay. So you got to wait your turn. All right. So those are yours. Car keys. You're going to get a copy of each one of those. If you come back, anytime you're going to be arrested. Any question about that?
No, that's not.
You're lucky you're not getting arrested right now.
Sorry, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Damn. Yeah, Florida is a goddamn, I don't know, shit show now.
I saw a
Jesus
meme today that
Christ.
says Florida, Texas, and California are always in the news for something.
No. Don't put us in that. Do not put us in that same fucking cattle. There's no way. Okay. Most people in California might throw their drink at you,
but not a gator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You might get hit at a sideshow. Well, you're probably not going to have a gator thrown at you.
Who dresses up like a grandmother to try to get access to a second dose of a vaccine that you've already had access to?
Nah, bro. Nah, she watched Bad Grandpa one too many times and was like, I can do this.
No, here's a better question. How stupid was the first person that let him get the first dosage?
Yeah, like were they also undercover for the first dosage?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, because
don't you have to have the vaccine card? When you go, you got to have the vaccine card.
I'm not even sure, but it says that they had already gotten the first dose. So that means that this has worked once before. It wasn't until the second time they came around that somebody caught on to it because they gave the wrong birth dates. The birth dates didn't match up.
Which means you fucked up not once, but twice. Bro.
That's crazy. I'll tell you guys something about a missing.
Must have one hell of a hairstylist.
Or a good wig.
So talking about crazy, you guys know how last week I told you I was watching that mini series on Netflix about the Elisa Lam and the Cecil Hotel?
Yes. Yeah. Did you finish it?
Well, I'm one episode away, so I just finished episode 3 last night. But came across this article that just gave me Elisa Lam vibes. So this San Francisco resident, he was about 50 years old, went into surveillance footage shows him going into his apartment, but never leaving. And he was reported missing. They go into his apartment. Everything's in perfect condition. They can't find him. There's no trace of them. So the family, again, hire a private investigator, and they end up finding him in his apartment. He was like in this air duct. And so he's pretty much been dead for 30 days. So I was like, dang. Footage of him going in, no footage of him going out.
I think we got video.
How do the investigators not?
Let's go. Hold on. Before you ask that question, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Go for
it. All right, roll the clip.
San Francisco police are asking for the public's help to find a computer programmer who's been missing for more than a month. His family worries foul play could be involved. KPIX5's Don Lynn spoke to his siblings who flew in from out of town to look for him.
This is the last known location for the missing man, Chris Voitel, last seen entering his apartment building. Family members say he's lived here for a couple of decades. Surveillance video shows Chris entering his building and walking to his apartment with a bottle of wine on January 8th. Family members say they talked to him on the 9th. Since then, they say no communication and no video of him walking out of the building.
There's been no activity. He's not been in his apartment. There's no activity on his bank. We're very anxious to find him.
His two sisters and a brother flew to San Francisco from Chicago.
Would you mind taking this? Our brother is missing.
They passed out flyers near his building at the corner of Guerrero Street and Dubose Avenue.
And if you're on social media, could you take a picture and put it on your social media?
The siblings say it's out of character for the computer programmer to disappear.
There isn't a day goes by at this point without wondering what happened. Where is he?
It's been horrible. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to think on. It's hard to focus on anything else. We miss him so much.
The family filed a missing persons report with SFPD on January 13th. They also hired a private investigator who concludes an acquaintance of Chris is involved in the disappearance. San Francisco police have been tight-lipped about the case, saying they are actively investigating, but wouldn't say if they have interviewed anyone or developed a person of interest.
Fearful that something could have happened.
The family says Chris is 50 years old, 5'10", about 200 pounds. They say they're prepared for the worst and hoping for the best.
We want him to come home. We just need him to come home.
The family will continue to pass out flyers and try to generate more leads. They fly back to Chicago on Sunday. In San Francisco, I'm Don Lynn, KPIX5.
And we're back.
How do the investigators overlooked an air vent?
I think the first time was the San Francisco police.
Would you honestly think a motherfucker's hiding in an air vent?
Why exactly? So
yeah, I would. Shit, if I was a cop, I would.
Okay, what would make you think? Okay, logically, what would make you think that a sane person would just crawl into an air vent and kill themselves?
That's the thing. I'm not thinking the person's sane.
Julio, we all know you would not think to look in the air vent. In
Why would you
fact,
think that the person? What would make you think? What would make you think the person
even said how they found him? I guarantee your top 5 fucking answers on where the body was would not be an air vent.
One of my buddies find drugs in the fucking trunk of a car that was out of a subwoofer housing that he didn't bother to look into.
That means what? Exactly.
I think out of the box, bitch. That's what that means.
Bruh,
technically speaking,
it was
thought about it in the box. So fuck you. And
but still, though, that's fucking wild. This dude stuffs himself into an air vent, and I saw the building on the article. That's an old building. How the hell did you fit in there?
You
they
dumbass.
Found him in the air vent. I don't think he stuffed himself in the fucking air vent.
Yeah, why would he crawl into the air vent? There'd be nothing to. What would draw anybody to crawl into an air vent?
I don't know.
Unless you got something hidden in there.
No. Come on, Julio, tell us. You think outside of the box?
If it was me, I might have something stashed in there. Drugs, cash, weapons, who knows?
Far enough to make it so far into the air vent that you have to crawl into that shit.
Oh, I've known desperate people that have done shit like that.
Bruh, they would have kept it close within reach. It definitely wouldn't be that far into the vent.
Anyway.
Please.
But that is pretty insane. That it does give you Lisa Lamb fucking vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't know what went on. But yeah, how are you liking that Lisa Lamb series?
Super interesting. I'm liking it.
So you've watched the second to last one?
Yeah, second to last one. So I got one more to go.
Okay, so refresh my memory because I don't want to talk about anything you haven't seen. Where you at?
So I'm at the part where they've discovered the body after the hotel residents were complaining about the water pressure and the water color, and then how there's still people are still trying to investigate how that actually happened. How she got access to the water tanks and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, now that it gets pretty crazy in the sense that I'm gonna say this without spoiling anything, but you start to realizing how many things had to line up perfectly in order for her to go missing. You know what I mean? Like so many things had to line up in a way where she just seemed like some other homeless person that was like having mental issues or mental problems that needed help would act. And that ultimately was one of the common features among that hotel, right? Because of the low rent and stuff like that, and the high levels of homelessness outside and drug use. So like there was so many things that had to line up perfectly for this situation to become such an internet mystery.
Yeah, and a lot of people got invested in the investigation.
Dude, I was gonna say which is awesome. Like it's a great tip of the hat to those internet sleuths. You know, people that it's pretty impressive how much we could figure out when we have that hive mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like they're saying the video footage got edited because they're like missing like a whole minute, something like that.
Well, have you seen Don't F with Cats?
No, I still need to check that out.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I gotta check.
If you like the Lisa Lamb series, this other series, bruh, boom.
That's my next watch.
Also, Night Stalker is really good too.
Isn't that a movie now?
No, it's actual documentary on Netflix about a serial. It was like a serial killer slash rapist in the 1970s.
Gotcha. Wait, Night Stalker. Isn't that the one about... Fuck. He has a Hispanic name.
Richard Ramirez, I think it is.
Ramirez.
Richard Ramirez. Yeah, I just watched the first episode. I'm halfway through the second one. But yeah, this dude was sick. He freaking murdered a bunch of people. He raped children and would let them go.
Crazy that he brought that up, because did you catch the reference to Richard Ramirez or Hernandez in the docuseries that you're watching, Jose?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Then sorry about that. Spoiler alert. It's probably something in the last episode. It talks about the type of people that vacated that hotel.
I got you. No worries. I'm still gonna finish the series.
Dude, even if I spoil that part, it's insane of how much more you figure out in the next one.
Nice. I forgot one more article. So, you guys heard about the Columbia professor who takes heroin on a regular basis?
Heroin, bro. He also does Molly.
Hey, this boy likes to party.
Bro, he does Molly. He does heroin. And like Bull said, it's to balance his work life.
Every damn day, motherfucker, he does a line in front of his fireplace, apparently.
Wow. Sounds classy.
Bruh. That's a high functioning drug addict right there.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's what was crazy, right? Like, did you guys actually read the article?
Yeah. And the dude's black, so of course they're not gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, but like the way don't get me wrong, he definitely describes a lot of the usage in his book the way an addict would describe it, right?
Yeah.
But I would say that I understand what he was trying to say. So what he was trying to say, it was that the drug uses allowed him to essentially be, what's the word?
His best
aware
self?
enough? No. To be aware enough to like acutely understand the point in time that he's in and appreciate it for what it is, and allow him and be able to have the energy to do so. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's wrong or he's right. I'm just saying that from what I got from the article, that's what I understood. Like it allowed him to feel the rush that he felt he should be feeling in that moment, in that experience.
It's kind of like when you have a cup of coffee for a moment of enjoyment. It gives you that dopamine hit in that moment to kind of like perks you up in the morning, or like in the middle of the morning, you're kind of like, all right, I'm ready. Like that's kind of what you're getting
productive.
at. Yeah, exactly. And that's how he feels.
Concept.
Exactly. For him, that's what gives him that rush that he needs.
That's cool, but he was also making the argument to legalize
not just legalize, but regulate it.
Yep.
I could get that. I could get
Texas
that.
Power
But
Grid.
still, the problem is, like, at some point you regulate it, you're still going to have heroin dealers, and eventually people are going to be like, well, if I can't get it here, I can just go to this guy.
I mean, if that's your argument, like, you still have people that sell single cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can still go to liquor stores and buy one beer.
But I guess the thing is here, and I'm not advocating for like people to use drugs, but if you regulate the sales of these drugs, technically, then you can have safer drugs that aren't tainted and aren't going to like effectively kill people, you know, because they're mixed with like God knows what.
That's what,
and you're wiping out $1 billion industry in the black market.
Yeah.
I'd respect someone's opinion, but at least try the drug and knows the ups and downs. They're more objective about how they feel about it. It's not like, oh, it's the best or oh, it's the worst. Like, you kind of in that middle where you like there's some good, some bad, and I'd welcome someone's neutral opinion on the issue. I'm not advocating that we should legalize, you know, heroin, cocaine, and whatnot. I'm just saying if someone were more objective about it to respond.
Where would you draw the line?
Are you trying to say that we should try it so we can talk about it?
I'm down.
No. Look, if I make it to 75, I'm doing it.
All right. Like I said, if I make it past 80.
Like, honestly, I believe that they should be legal for people over the age of 75.
So 75, we're all going to do a couple lines.
Grandpa's lived a good life. Now grandpa's going to try some shit.
The way I see it is, if we put the same time and effort into, instead of chasing criminals and trying to like catch people using it, that same amount of money and energy we put into rehab centers, because nobody wakes up wanting to be a heroin addict.
True.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody wakes up wanting to be a cokehead. People eventually want to get clean, but they just don't have the resources to do so. And so they chase the dragon, and eventually they end up in the prison system. And unfortunately, here in America, we have a prison system that's just a revolving door. There's no way for them to get clean in there. It's probably easier for them to get drugs in jail than it was for them to get outside of jail.
And then, of course, once you've been in jail and that's on your record, your life is basically with it. You know, the bottom pile.
You're considered useless to human society at that point.
Now, there are some who have overcome that and have grown and found success, but the majority, it doesn't work out for them. It's hard to get a job.
And it's not because they don't want to. It's because the way the system is set up doesn't allow that to. You know what I mean? Like, even when you get out of jail, one of the first questions that's asked when you're filling out an application is, have you been
arrested?
That's true. And the funny thing I found about that is, like, we all, like, y'all know, like I found out, like, the real fucking, like, the original idea behind the whole prison system was, of course, there was supposed to be, rehabilitation centers where if you go against the public good or you break a law or something, you go there, get help, speak to like a therapist or something, work your problems. And then when you get released, you're supposed to be welcomed back into society as one of them. But we've turned that around and just turned that into, oh, you've been to jail, you're a criminal. Nobody wants anything to do with you. And at that point, they don't seem to realize, like, once you start closing those fucking doors and you giving them no choice, no chance to basically at least redeem themselves or reclaim some form of their lives, where they literally are forced to go right back into the shit that got them in there in the first place because no one else will give them a shot. So you're slamming the door shut, but then you're calling them lazy and fucking useless, but you're not giving them a damn job. It's hard as fuck to provide for your family if no one will hire you. And as men, pride does tend to, rule a lot of our decisions. I'm not saying all of y'all, but a good majority. Pride kind of fucks up a lot of shit worse than the way it was before pride got in there. Next thing you know, bam, right back in the fucking the same game that got me in jail. Because at this point, you're like, all right, well, I can't get a job, and the only thing I know is illegal. Fuck it. Just try to do better and not get arrested this time.
Yep.
That's my family you're talking about.
Oh, shit. Is it? Mine
the only thing you know is illegal.
Oh shit!
Whoops. Well, that's what I was. It's a huge double standard. It's like you bitching at the guys for not getting jobs and not working hard or trying hard enough, but you're not making it. You're not giving them a chance to at least succeed. So how the fuck am I supposed to succeed if you keep squatting me down when I climb up the hill?
Yeah,
it's the system.
It's honestly like a really bad double standard. And I think we're one of the few countries that's left that has that damn antiquated prison system.
Our incarceration rate is higher than any country in this world.
To be fair, our incarceration rate is only higher than any other point in the world, simply because it's our last ditch effort to try to hold on to an adequate system that we're trying to shamefully hide ourselves from. If we really break it down to the core of things, our prison system is just the reincarnation of our slave system. It's the same reason why we have the 13th Amendment, right? Once you become a felon, you can no longer vote. You lose all your rights basically as a citizen, and you have to settle for minimum wage jobs in America, meaning that you're making the top 1% wealthy while you yourself are barely living on crumbs.
I mean, somebody did the math right now. If you're on the federal minimum wage in a state, for example, let's say like you're a waitress in Georgia, you're on federal. If you're like on federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, at the end of the day, you're only taking home $2.25. And in some of the states, they only pay you $2.25 at certain jobs, and they depend on you to get tips to make the rest of your wages. And that's still a thing in 2021. It's insane.
Well, it's not like it was going to be eradicated anytime soon.
Maybe we passed the $15 an hour.
Yeah, but wherever there are small businesses, there are going to be people who are getting paid low wages.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of why I'm against the whole raising the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. You're basically going to kill a shit ton of businesses that can't stay open and have enough workforce to do what they need to do and make money. And
that's
have to fucking pay them.
I understand that, but truthfully speaking, it's because ever since the last depression that we had, which was in the early 2000s, we've been living off of an artificial economy.
Yeah.
We didn't let a lot of things that should have sank and gone bankrupt go bankrupt. And because of that, we've been inflating the economy, making things unrealistically successul.
True. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, there's still always inflation. Like things always cost more year after year. Movie ticket prices, for example. But yet the federal minimum wage has been staying the same.
Stays the same.
No inflation. So $15 is probably just barely catching up, if not still not enough.
Here's the problem, though. In doing that, it's fine for the big guys, but again, small businesses are basically going to fall by the wayside. Meaning you're going to have an increasing number of people who are unemployed because all these businesses had to close down because they couldn't pay all of their employees, or they'd let go a huge amount of workforce so they can make it up and keep their business open, but they'll just work with a limited staff, which could still reflect negatively and force you to close your business because you don't have enough people to do the job, and
but
can't afford to pay more people.
But in doing so, you're trying to continue to sustain an artificial economy. We didn't really bail ourselves out in 2008. We just pumped a bunch of artificial money into the economy to make things go on a little bit longer. But we did nothing to solve the problem.
Two good examples of that General Motors and Chrysler.
That seems to be the way things are going, though, don't you think?
Yeah, but continuing to do so doesn't just digs us deeper into the hole.
Yeah, all they're doing is just pawning this shit off for the next generation to take care of it.
Well, realistically speaking, a true capitalist economy, if a business cannot succeed on its own, financially, it's supposed to fail, and then someone else comes in, picks up the rubble, or creates their own version, and then they learn from the mistakes, and they make their own business better off of that. That's how real capitalism is supposed to work.
Yeah, that is how it's supposed to work. But the problem is, it's not going to be. It's going to be one of the big guys once again. They're going to swoop in and take all of that shit that you lost, all that money that they were going to spend in your business, and it's not gonna do shit but just make them more money, and it's not going to give the guys who lost their jobs a job.
I mean, it is, but it probably won't be the same paying job because they'll have to get a job under the same major corporation. But it's the inevitable outcome of a truly capitalist society.
Mm-hmm.
See, honestly, if we're going to embrace capitalism, we need to go back to the truly free market.
Every time we bail out a company and not bail out the people, you're actually hurting the economy in the long run.
Yeah, that's not what I was getting at. But what I meant by true free market is that there's so much of many different types of products that now, like, people have, like, they can either go to this big guy or they can support this small business or this middle guy. Like, if there was enough small businesses to go around to stimulate that economy, as well as tantalize more consumers to start looking towards, small and medium sized businesses to kind of help generate, I don't know, a buzz, I guess, which would also justify them keeping either a large workforce or a small one. Then yeah, I would support the raising of the $15 minimum wage federally. If that would help stimulate the economy and not lose more jobs, it would help produce more jobs. But the problem is there's a monopoly and the big guys are basically gobbling up all the real estate.
But that's always been the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's never not been that in America.
It is survival of the fittest. I get it. Yeah.
It's not even that.
Survival of the richest.
No, it's survival of the if you get big enough. Just think about the airlines. The airlines have all been bailed out at one point or another because they're considered too big to fail. The banks are considered too big to fail.
True.
And what's crazy is we go back 27 years, nobody bailed out Pan American Airlines. They were one of the first airlines to represent the United States on a global scale. No one bailed them out in the U.S. government. They let them fucking go under. What happened now? Why can't it? And again, I'm not trying to shit on anyone in the airline industry, but you got big airlines like United, American. They're always having an issue, and it's like, we need bailout money, or we're going to be screwed in like 6 months, or we're going to be hurting in the next financial quarter.
Getting at in the sense that, like, instead of bailing out the airline, you bail out the people. So the people that lost their jobs, you essentially give them unemployment while they find another job that's paying the same amount of money that they were making with that airline to begin with.
Yeah, because shit,
isn't that what unemployment is supposed to be anyway?
Yeah. The funny shit is they can deny you fucking unemployment. Like the last two jobs I worked before I worked at Costco, got let go, tried to file for unemployment, got fucking nothing. But everyone else that I know who got fired from a job got unemployment, but I didn't. So, like, what the fuck am I paying it for if I'm not gonna at least be able to take advantage of it when I need it?
Sounds like you need to get an attorney to like file a grievance with the state.
No, we're not exploring. We're not exploring that. Like we're not going in depth to that. I don't care because I had never had to rely on unemployment.
What other articles we got?
Because
it sounds like you got to get the show back on track, Leo.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys, on to the next 3 jokes. Bulls, you know what? We'll make a special video about this and we'll have a discussion on that.
I think Bulls is already done.
Or not. You know, either way it's cool. Either way it's cool.
No.
Okay, cool. Moving on, boys. Moving on. Next 3 jokes. What do you... Oh, my God.
Nope.
What do you...
Nope.
What do going down on a woman and smoking a cigarette have in common?
Wrong joke, dumbass.
Oh, my God. Fuck you guys.
What was your joke?
Okay. Why do they call Elon Musk Elon? Because that's his fucking name, dumbasses.
Funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. When Karens attack, put on the hat.
Wait. No. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Oh, he's right. It is his name.
All right, go for it. What do we got?
All right, so I saw this video on TikTok where he basically explained he was in Mexico at a restaurant, and this lady was arguing with the staff. Now, from the staff's understanding, they thought she was trying to order more food at the restaurant, and she was trying to basically just pay for what she had already ordered. So once they cleared that up, they went ahead and, started like finishing everything up. And this bitch turns to the dude and just like, can you fucking believe this? This is outrageous. And he's like, yeah, it's almost like we're not in another country. It's just fucking Mexico. If you can't speak the language, go back. And he was basically saying this is the same woman who would get pissed off at Hispanics for speaking Spanish in America and say some shit like, you're in America, speak English. Bitch, you in Mexico. Speak Spanish.
Yeah, like how do you expect to go to Mexico and like get service? You don't speak the language. You don't speak Spanish.
Shit. In a lot of places in LA, if you can't speak Spanish, you starve.
I'm wondering if the universal like check sign works.
Google Translate.
Oh man.
Your phone could translate.
Yeah, your phone could have translated for you.
Seriously.
Oh my God, she needs T-Mobile with that service in Mexico. That's what she needed.
And
right, actually,
you also have a Karen story as well.
I have an update for us as usual. So, Amy Cooper, that lady who called the cops on that guy in New York for bird watching while she was walking her dog and accusing him of like, I don't know what, just being black in a park.
Yeah, one of the original Karens.
Yep, one of the original Karens, right?
Wasn't he a bird watcher?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we get in trouble for what? Watching while black?
Enjoying Caucasian activities.
Being outside.
Watching while black.
Yep.
Stop.
And I believe we got.
So what's the update? What's the update?
So let me hold on before we play the video.
We got a video update.
Fuck y'all.
Update the video.
All right, we'll roll it in a second. Real quick, the Manhattan Superior Court pretty much dropped the charges, the misdemeanor charges, after she completed therapy sessions on how to appreciate racial identities that shape our lives and how we cannot use them to harm ourselves or others.
Yo, her defense attorney is a dude.
And this is the assistant district attorney of Manhattan saying this. That's right, Marcus.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah. Dude, that... I'm sorry. I'm not going to go on against her defense attorney.
Why don't we roll the clip?
Yeah.
But I honestly, let's roll it. Let's roll the clip.
Amy Cooper, the white woman who falsely accused a black bird watcher of threatening her when all he had done was asked her to leash her dog. That recorded Central Park confrontation went viral. It cost Cooper her job and her reputation, but it will not cost her her freedom. News 4's Erica Byfield is live with the details on today's decision. Erica.
Hi, Adam. Well, all you have to do all these months later, say Amy Cooper, Central Park, and bird watching, and people instantly know what you're talking about. So that also meant today's developments caught a lot of people off guard.
He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
Shocking words that cemented Amy Cooper's legacy in the mind of many New Yorkers. Months after the false accusation, we finally know her fate. Charges dropped, 5 bias courses complete.
No, that's ridiculous. Sorry, I don't think 5 classes is going to make you from that person to the kind of person she ought to be.
We've learned a Manhattan judge virtually issued that dismissal at the request of the district attorney's office. For now, Cooper isn't talking, but in a tweet, her attorney thanked the DA and said others rushed to the wrong conclusion based on inadequate investigation, and they may yet face legal consequences.
Please call the cops.
It was in May 2020 when Amy had that run-in with a black bird watcher, Christian Cooper, no relation, in Central Park. Tuesday, he said this: "I'm far more outraged by the U.S. Congress, which continues to deny the mostly black and brown people of the District of Columbia statehood and the representation every American deserves, than by anything Amy Cooper did." Inside the park, outrage from what happened is still real. We found people willing to forgive, but not forget.
Maybe it'll be a lesson for her in the future. I mean, that's all we can hope for at this point.
I think the damage is really done for her already. 5 bias courses, 10 bias courses. She's created a lot of damage for herself, and that's unfortunate.
Amy Cooper's attorney told us today that she may speak publicly about what happened for the first time sometime next week. We'll let you know when that happens. Reporting live from Central Park, Erica Byfield, News 4, New York.
At noon, charges have been dropped against the woman in the Central Park bird watcher case. Amy Cooper completed a racial bias education program which paved the way for the dismissal. Cooper had been charged with 1 count of filing a false police report after a black man asked her to put her dog on a leash. She falsely told police she had been assaulted. However, counselors with the city's racial sensitivity program believe Cooper learned an important lesson from the experience.
And we're back.
That's a bunch of bull. And I don't mean Marcus here. That's ridiculous. How you let her loose? Like, that could have been the first time where you make an example out of a Karen.
So she had to take a class for sensitivity training, basically?
She went to therapy sessions with a therapist on sensitivity training, pretty much.
Bro, Soho Karen didn't even get that.
I take some unconscious bias classes.
What?
She had to go to therapy for assaulting somebody else?
Yep. For causing not physical, but trauma to mental trauma to somebody by calling the cops on him in New York. This dude was minding his own business, bird watching, and you fucking ruined probably his entire year with this crap.
She choked her dog out.
Did it?
Yeah.
Michael Vick did more time.
Oh man, good old Vic. I wonder how he's doing. But yeah.
But what pisses me off is the tone of the defense attorney. The defense attorney said the people that jumped and made false allegations about his client could still face legal repercussions. I was like,
fuck him.
Take the W.
Bitch, you called the police.
Called the cops.
Bird watching. The whitest thing you could do.
That legal.
No. And the only reason she called the cops was because he asked her to put her dog on the leash.
Yeah.
She had a dog off leash in a park where you weren't even supposed to have your dog off leash.
I guarantee that dog was running up to him, barking, scaring the fucking birds.
Probably.
Racist dog.
Well, she lost her job and God knows what else. So, do I think she learned her lesson? No. Not at all. Because the punishment fit the crime? Not even close.
No, you should have did some time on that.
But that shows the double standard that we got going on.
As we didn't did time for motherfuckers saying we did some shit when there was no evidence. She should have did some.
That's ridiculous, dude. I've been held at gunpoint before by 7 cops. And this chick literally just whatever. Let's fucking move on. That just pissed me off.
I've been in high school, mugged at the BART station, flagged down the police officer, and then held at gunpoint.
Dude,
why I'm flagging him down.
Bro, I had a, and I'm going to name this out loud. I had a Contra Costa County Sheriff's deputy drive past me over at the old Wiener Schnitzel by Helms Middle School, and some dude had a gun in the back of my head because he wanted my umbrella because it was raining.
You fucking pussy.
Mm-hmm. And I got pistol whipped in the back of the head.
Nah, dude. I would have called that dude a pussy. Here you go, pussy. What you say? You a pussy. You need you need an umbrella, so you gonna jack a motherfucker? Alright, you better shit. There's a newspaper on the ground, ain't it?
What else you got, bro?
You bum.
Any more Karen moments, or should we move on?
No.
Looks like that's all. Right, boys. Here comes the next joke. Oh, I'm going to still read it, even though I messed it up earlier. So what do going down on a woman and smoking a cigarette have in common? It's all fun and games till you get to the butt.
Then it gets interesting.
Yeah. This shit gets really weird.
Starts with the taste.
Right. We got a conspiracy theory here now. Marcus, if you don't mind.
All right. So this is another one I came across. And this is one that can be checked because apparently after the Freedom of Information Act was enacted and they finally started releasing information. So I came across this one where they basically said Nikola Tesla is actually from the planet Venus. And in the video, they basically said he looked up the CIA file on it where they literally said in the report, yeah, Nikola Tesla's from Venus. And that his people has basically been in contact with us for years, and they have been telling us that he was from Venus from the whole time.
So you're saying that at one point on this planet we had a Martian walking among us?
No, Martian. Martian.
What? Sorry.
I said Venus, not Mars.
Wouldn't it
You
be more like
dumbass.
a Venetian?
Yeah.
Hey.
Bro.
You seen Las Vegas?
Yo, we need to go back as a crew.
Listen, I don't even want to go back with you if you think that somebody from Venus is a Martian.
I guess I'm not going to Hawaii with you either.
You've been
Guess
watching,
not, bro.
You've been watching listening to too many Lil Wayne songs.
Yeah.
They are not the
It's
same.
interesting. There's definitely. I love these conspiracy theories simply because they just show you how far ahead of his time Nikola Tesla actually was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, my theory behind I honestly think that he was able to commune with some mystic force through meditation and was able to kind of get help with his inventions, because the dude had so many fucking inventions that they still haven't located those missing chests that were in his room after his death.
Yeah, you want to talk about conspiracy?
Other inventions.
So you want to talk about conspiracy theories, right? Here's one that ties Nikola Tesla to the Trump family. So there's a yeah.
All right.
So there's this theory, right, that the Trump family actually has Nikola Tesla's blueprint for time travel machine, like technology, basically. Simply because at the time that Nikola Tesla died, the Trump's uncle was the head of the CIA, and he was literally one of the first people in the room after his death. So he's one of the few people that would know where all those chests went. The theory states that he actually stole the time travel technology blueprints, right, and is now passing them on from generation to generation. And the only one that will be old enough to where the technology actually catches up to us to be able to implement Nikola Tesla's blueprints is none other than Donald Trump's son, Barron Trump. And this ties all the way back to an 18th century fucking non-fiction writer who wrote 2 fiction books, one of them being The Adventures of Barron Trump, talking about Barron Trump having his little puppy time traveling through a cave, and the other one being The Last President. The Last President having the last name of Trump. And those were the only 2 nonfiction books he's ever wrote. I mean, the only 2 science fiction books that he's ever written.
Like nonfiction, there you go.
Also, I got to remember the name of the author. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll look it up. I'll definitely let Bulls know before he pulls up the video. But yeah, that's the one conspiracy theory that I know about that definitely ties the Trump family to Nikola Tesla.
I heard something about that whole time travel shit where, well, not time travel to 100%. They basically said that a lot of, so you know the Library of Alexandria, that was burned down, quote unquote, by Julius Caesar. Apparently,
most of it was burnt down. Some of it was saved.
Apparently, the only shit that was burned down was tax documents. The actual true knowledge was taken away and is now underneath the Vatican, and including a device that could basically show you events from the past, present, and future. And that they dismantled it because it was too powerful for one society to hold. Mind you, they did use it and looked into the future.
I don't know. The human imagination can sure run wild at times.
I think the creators of fucking The Simpsons figured out that Trump was gonna win using that time travel shit.
They figured out he would lose too.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, considering the fact that, like, for example, if you read that dude's book that I was telling you about called The Last President is named Trump, which would mean that Donald Trump somebody in the Trump family wins another term in presidency, and then there's some kind of global nuclear war. Because essentially that's what the book leads to.
Come think of it. I did hear
which then ties into these weird, like, conspiracy theory YouTube videos, right, where you have these kids talking about their time travelers, and they talk about a nuclear war in the late 2020s.
I did hear of a YouTuber who, way back in like 2016 or something like that, he posted a bunch of videos stating which celebrities would die in 2020. Kobe Bryant was on there. The chick who played Roberta in 2.5 Men. A couple other people who have died as well. But yeah, I'll find that information and send it to you guys.
Yeah, dude, that'd be definitely dope to watch.
For real.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the F My Life segment.
Dirty Velvet,
Jose, man, you've been awfully quiet. We're sorry about that. Go for it.
Dirty
Chuck. All right. Let me back up. Why do vampires like garlic? Why don't vampires like garlic? Because you have to exist to like garlic.
Damn.
What?
That mirror shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Jose, what do you got? You got something here with Citibank. What you got?
I do. So this the Fuck My Life moment is brought to you by a Citibank employee. So picture the Citibank employee going home. His wife asks him, "How's your day, honey?" And he says, "Good, except I fucked up royally." So this Citibank employee was meant to wire $8 million to a series of Revlon's lenders. And instead of wiring $8 million, he wired $900 million. So he completely paid off all the outstanding debt that Revlon had. So he paid off the loan. And some companies gave the money back, but other companies were like, no, this money was owed to us. We thought he was just paying the loan up front. We're keeping it. We're not wiring it back. Court ruled in favor of those people that loaned the money. So now Citibank is out $500 million because they were paid a loan thanks to this employee. So,
anybody who has a Citibank credit card might want to cancel that.
I guarantee that motherfucker's credit score fucking skyrocketed.
Yeah.
That motherfucker got A1 credit now.
Damn.
Get that filet mignon.
Ricky, what you got, man?
I don't know.
You got something here, bro.
I
forgot what I wrote down.
Players.
It's about yeah. Didn't realize guy was an MMA fighter or MMA training.
Yeah. So there was an OU. I guess he was a football player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the video online and then I read the article. So I guess he was trying to bully some guy that was like significantly smaller than him, not realizing that the guy had years of MMA training and gets his ass royally kicked in a bathroom.
Do we got video?
So he caught that Tony Jaw ass whooping.
Ooh, buddy.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. He got damn near suplex in a fucking bathroom.
Damn.
Play that clip.
We don't have
Dude, we got to play the clip.
Oh, wait, we don't have tape?
Well, well, there is a tape, but it's I'm not 100% sure if it's usable. So I can play.
Okay.
Throw the clip, but we'll just probably get a
No,
copyright.
no, we don't want to get the copyright shit again. YouTube already hates
drop
our
a
bits.
link in the description.
Yeah,
Like, just
YouTube.
fucking, drop a link to it in the description or something.
Yep, you guys can check it out for yourselves at the Inner Monolog. All right, Marcus, what do you got?
All right, so as I said earlier, you know, the whole deep freeze shit, all the I almost said testicles. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty much at the end of it, bro, and yeah, it's pretty hard. So, as y'all know, Texas entered a fucking ice age.
Yep.
With no servitude tigers. So 2 pipes busted in my bathroom, which leaked, caved in part of the ceiling, dripped down into the kitchen. The kitchen was unusable for about 2 to 3 days. We got a plumber in there, fixed the pipes, but this lazy sumbitch left all the destruction that he fucking had to sift through for me to clean. Because I cleaned that bathroom before he fucking got there. But then when I came home from work, there's extra shit on the ground, including a big ass fucking insulation trail leading from the toilet to the ground. So that was quite nice. I can't use my toilet, can't use my shower. I can use the sink. But yeah.
That bathroom is useless.
To make, as I said before, to make shit worse, my brother's wife got tested positive for COVID. Prayers are with her. They're quarantining right now. Hope they're all right. Part of the roof in his house caved in one of the rooms. I hope it's not the master bedroom because that would suck ass. I haven't heard anything about a pipe busting over there for him, but when my parents had to shut the water off, my stepdad went around to go ahead and shut it off. Came back inside. My mom was like, what happened? Did you shut the water off? He's like, yeah, I'd like to, but first I got to do something about the snakes. 3 snakes were chilling by the shutoff valve.
Nice.
And like the valve outside.
Yes, the shut off valve.
Out in the street.
And apparently, it was severe enough to where he had to basically come back and regroup, thinking, I need something to get rid of these little pieces of shit. Because ain't nobody sticking their hand in there with 3 snakes. You don't know which one is poisonous or not. Oh, it's Texas. They're probably all poisonous. Texas refs. So, yeah.
So, what do you do?
That's my FML. Obviously, he got rid of the snakes. Otherwise, we'd still be having water leaking through the fucking ceiling.
Yeah. Holy
And whoever
crap.
the hell did the floor in my bathroom needs to be kicked in the nuts. You suck at your job, by the way.
What's wrong with the floor?
Water leaked to the fucking kitchen below.
Oh. Well, that was a given. All right. My FML moment of the week is 2 people from Louisiana flew to Hawaii and tried to bribe a screener to let them pass without doing a mandatory quarantine.
Yeah,
Ricky?
whatever, bro. Yeah, that wasn't me, bro. I had a good time.
I know.
I'll tell you what. Anybody trying to bribe anybody for that should be kicked in the balls.
Oh, fuck you.
Question. How much did they say?
All right, let's get to it. So the couple from Louisiana was arrested last week after allegedly trying to bribe their way out of the state-required COVID-19 quarantine precautions. They offered the screener $2,000, and even said they would throw in an additional $1,000 if they would let them go on past the screening without getting a COVID test on the spot. So you offered someone $3,000 to go on vacation in Hawaii.
You should have made it 30. Should have made it 30.
No,
We
the
wouldn't have
best
heard
thing
about
about
this
that
today.
is that the test that you take 2 days before you get on your flight is $90.
That's nothing.
In comparison to the $3,000 that they were trying to bribe somebody with.
Yeah, seriously. I'm pretty sure
I
that's more than what
I
they paid
took
for
the
their
COVID
flight and hotel.
So remember that trip I was supposed to take in January to Colorado? So
Yeah.
I got my COVID test for that. I didn't have to pay shit just to get tested for it.
Some airlines offer it for free.
Yeah. Dude, that's insane.
And it came back negative, by the way.
To think that's probably more than the entire trip cost. That's probably more than what, like, maybe if they had a rental.
Yeah, like what were they
and
trying to
flight.
gain? Like, were they just trying to be like, oh, I went to Hawaii without having to go through the proper
They
procedures?
just didn't want to. They just didn't want to do it, bro.
Privilege.
That's what it comes down to. That's just that's just stupid. Like, I don't know, man. Some
So
people in
y'all
this world are
risk
just
getting
out of it.
arrested?
They got
Just
arrested.
because- So what that tells me about them is obviously somebody probably tested positive. Otherwise, why the fuck would you? Either you were not sure.
Someone they know in their household or somebody or in their close group, fucking probably got it, and they're like, "Fuck that, we're not gonna lose our trip to Hawaii because we got to get tested."
When they were in the fucking taxi going to the airport, they got that text message from their friend. Hey, Sally just tested positive, so you might want to get tested and don't go to Hawaii. And in the car, like, fuck. We're at the airport.
So what was wrong with taking a test on the spot?
Yeah, seriously.
And a lot of airlines are letting you cancel and keep the credit to reschedule for like a later flight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they
Same with the hotels.
They've been more accommodating than they usually have been because most of the time it's like, well, you already paid for it. It's non-refundable. Sorry, get fucked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like JetBlue.
Okay.
We're not gonna get into that one though.
Aren't you on the no-fly list for JetBlue?
He said he wasn't going to get into
Yeah, we're not gonna discuss that.
That's a yes.
Yeah. On to our next dirty joke. What do emo kids say to complain to each other? To compliment each other. I like your cuts, G.
Oh, man.
So fucked up.
Funny but messed up.
Oh shit, I'm too low.
All right,
Something
that's pretty
I've
messed
never
up.
said before.
We do not condone
your
suicide.
sugar levels?
Actually, no. There's enough sugar in this shit for diabetics. I got diabetes.
I'm sure you do drinking that shit.
In a cup.
Every time Bulls hears shots, he pulls out his insulin pen.
Chats.
God damn. Oh man. All right. On to what are you doing? Everybody but me has something. So Ricky, go first, man.
Nah, you go first.
I got shit.
What you got, Julio?
Nothing. All right. Jose. Actually, we're not going to talk about your topic. So.
Wasn't you the one who fucking said all my categories are filled out? LOL.
I moved the update on the Karen to when Karen's attack. So now it's.
Listen.
You messed him up.
I might have had one too many mules, and I don't remember what are you doing segment is.
All right.
Dad killed by gender reveal equipment.
Yes. Okay, now I remember.
Pfizer, their latest data shows that their vaccine can, in fact, be stored in regular pharmaceutical freezers as opposed to those ultra-cold freezers that they're stored in now. The ultra-cold, they know it can stay viable for 6 months. These pharmaceutical freezers, although it's a little bit cooler, or a little bit warmer, technically, they can be stored for up to 2.
So what is going on with this shit, okay? Like, listen, I'm getting ready to hopefully be a father in the next year and a half or so, you know? what the fuck is going on with these gender reveal contraptions to where this dad was putting it together, and not only did he die from the shrapnel, but his brother-in-law essentially fucking also had serious injuries.
What the fuck did they build? A pipe bomb?
What the fuck was it?
That's what I'm saying.
Hand grenade?
An IED?
It doesn't actually describe exactly what it is that they were building, but it tells you that the metallic shrapnel is what did them in.
That is messed up.
Dude.
Listen, I'm from California, so not only is this weird to me, like the fact that like the last major gender reveal fucking catastrophe that we had caused an entire wildfire.
Yeah,
this is getting out of hand.
Speaking as a guy who had a gender reveal party for his kid,
what did you do, boss?
What's wrong with silly string? Like, why the fuck do you need explosions?
I mean, dudes already do burnouts with their cars to show off genders. Why do we have to make explosive devices?
Fucking noisemakers, fucking silly string. God damn it, them little fucking like pole poppers.
Jose, you gave people a cupcake.
Yeah, and actually, I had a recent one from a friend who was really cool. He gave people scratchers. He had a scratch and match 3 of the same ones to reveal the gender.
Nice.
If you're investing, it's like, oh, girl, like, oh, boy, like, girl, it's like,
nice.
It was like a little game. So I would rather do that than put, people in danger.
Yeah, seriously.
What if I wait till my child is like 8 or 9 to have a gender reveal party?
Is it still better late than never?
No, I'm just asking, like, how progressive would that be?
It's something
that
wait
till they tell me.
Extreme. No, that's all the way left.
Yeah. Super progressive.
No, but really speaking, though, like, I don't understand why it has to be so elaborate. Just the fact that, like, there's another human being coming into the world.
Right.
Should be fucking crazy enough as it is.
Yeah, to the extremes that people are going, it's just, this is insanity at this point.
I'm currently trying to create another child. Well, not right now, but
like for your video game or like in real life?
No, real life.
Year and a half from now.
If my girl gets pregnant, I'll be happy as hell.
Oh. Yeah, no, I think it's just people trying to always outdo what was done already, trying to push the envelope. But
stop! It ain't a damn competition.
Seriously, it's
cards.
Like those people who compete with
party is going to be everybody sitting around listening to an old record of a Morse code of what the gender is going to be.
I am going to send you guys coffee mugs with the Inner Monolog Podcast logo, but the mug will be the color of the gender.
Dumb.
That seems pretty Julio.
Yeah.
Still better than getting killed.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's weird. Like, how elaborate was that?
You could have sent the tombstone.
I could have sent you what? A tombstone?
Like, why not just pay somebody to fucking skywrite it? It's a boy. It's a girl.
Yeah. Seriously.
Sure.
Bake the color into the cake.
Paint the nursery and don't let anybody in there until you're ready to reveal the gender of the baby.
There you go.
Or take that like glow in the dark ink in the color of the gender. Have everybody walk into a dark room, turn off the lights. Everybody pulls out glow sticks, and you get the color. Boom. Hey, that's what I'm doing.
That's pretty good.
I know. That's what I'm gonna do.
But
Cynthia, if you're watching this video, be ready. That's what we're doing.
Dickhead, shut up. So you guys are not supposed to know the color. You're supposed to pick someone to for the doctor to give the information, and then they're the ones who set up pretty much everything. Because it's supposed to be a surprise to both you and the people you invite, except that one person, which is usually a mother or a father. More often than not, a mother. I only know that because that's what we did for my son's gender reveal. Because I didn't know it was a boy, although I knew it was a boy.
Here we go with his conspiracy theory.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh God, that's. I might
Just
get a
saying.
off you too.
I laid it down quite nicely.
Okay.
Did my thing.
Well,
anyway, moving on.
Bulls does a better job burying pipes than most of the Texas energy companies.
Well, talk about doing a better job. You know who else is doing a better job? Kendall Jenner at making tequila. So Kendall Jenner is coming out with her own brand of tequila, and she's saying it's the best tequila ever made. And I think she's naming it after a zip code or area code somewhere. But
area code for Calabasas.
Yeah, area code for Calabasas. But she said she's been crafting this tequila for 4 years. Best tasting tequila ever. And I just think that's mad disrespectful for people that actually make the tequila, aka Mexicans, and have been spending their whole life trying to craft the best tequila. So to try to say you topped that on your first attempt in 4 years, get out of here.
Even E40 didn't say that shit.
You don't get your gold medal wearing ass the fuck out of here.
All right, so here's my thing about that though. Because it's starting to get to the point where everybody's gatekeeping culture. I told you guys about the black cosplayer on TikTok who basically got shamed off the fucking app. Well, she's back now because people, rallied behind her, including me.
Right. And
people were, ridiculing her for dressing as a character and saying like, "Oh, he not just not black," or this person you're cosplaying is not black. I'm like, she ain't white either. To be honest, like anime is Japanese, you stupid fuck. And if we had to get literal, she's whatever fucking race that anime is about. So none of you motherfuckers are right. So the fact that she's cosplaying someone she likes, shut the fuck up. Like my thing is, if you look good in it and you like it, fuck what everybody else says.
Did we learn nothing from Marvel? Enter the multiverse?
Bro, for real. All them damn Spider-Man, including I ain't gonna lie, my favorite was the pig.
Spider Pig, bro.
Spider Pig.
Does whatever your Julio eats.
I cooked that motherfucker up and had him for breakfast for a week.
Ham and cheese.
Bacon and eggs. Oh man, some pork belly.
That's better.
Oh god. All right, you guys ready to close out the show here?
Let's do this.
Close out the show.
All right.
Hold on. I still got two. Didn't even get to mine. Thanks, genius.
We don't care about yours. That's why.
It's in the chamber.
I know, right? You've been trying to send 2 episodes. Fuck you.
All right, Bulls. Tell us what you got here.
I got 2, so I'll go ahead and go with the most controversial one. Coca-Cola has entered into their mandatory training a how to be less white initiative.
What the fuck is that?
Dude.
Yeah. That's everybody's been talking about this shit all week, dude. And they're getting backlash for it, but they basically said, don't be oppressive. Less confrontational. Don't speak. Listen. Fucking, and a couple of I'll find the picture of it and I'll put it up so everybody can see it.
Some of this sounds like
don't be less of what that whole idea, like don't be less white, don't be less this. It doesn't really fucking matter to me. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I don't care. If you want to be a racist individual, be a racist individual. Just own that shit. If you want to be caring, be a caring individual. Just own that shit.
Yeah, like to be honest, like the things I have with the racists, like I know where you fucking stand. It's the motherfuckers who try to hide their fucking intentions that I can't stand.
At my first job,
you're racist, and you're gonna call me a nigger every chance you get. I don't.
At my first job, I had a mechanic who literally had a swastika on his arm, and it was visible. He would show it off in the shop, right? He would call me all kinds of racist shit. I didn't give a fuck. Why? Because I knew he was a racist.
There you go.
The dude owns
Well, the
it.
reason
And there's days where I can have a decent conversation with him.
I was gonna say, like, it's a controversy more like on the campaign name, like being less white, because with the bullet points you listed, like, are good advice that people should be doing. But
yeah,
really, be less oppressive.
That one's a little weird.
See, the reason why I say that is because at some point you would have to whether or not engage if you're being oppressive to begin with. Then you just assume, oh, being oppressive means I'm being white, so you automatically attribute oppression to white people. Which in truth, oppression can happen from any side, no matter what the color is.
Japanese invading China. They committed all kinds of atrocities.
And they still don't fucking like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, right? Like, we don't want people to eat more of that, right?
Right.
Or the same.
True. And then the second article I had was some Texans are getting electric bills up to $10,000.
You just heard from him, and now we are joined by Fred Anders of TexasPowerGrid.com. Fred, thank you for joining us this morning. Texas has been a real mess. And I have just this question. I don't know if this is a you question, but I want to ask it because it's been on my mind all morning long as we've seen Texans and people here in Houston start to get power back. And we were talking yesterday, we were at 1.3 million or more than that. And the power starts coming back. Is there a reason why just all of a sudden overnight it started happening as opposed to why wasn't this days ago? Because a lot of people have been without power now for 48 hours, 72 hours. So I don't know if that's a you question, Fred, but I'm asking it because it's been on top of my mind.
Oh, why we have the outages? It's due to the fact that the Texas power infrastructure is designed for extreme heat, but not for extreme cold. It just it didn't make cost effective sense to do so, and this is a rare occurrence, but unfortunately it's now happened, and now we have to deal with some of the consequences.
All right, so moving forward, for you, what is next moving forward? I guess that is the question everybody really wants to know. As people start to get power back, where do we go from here?
I think in the near term we'll see electricity prices rise a little bit as some of the retailers take a more conservative approach to setting their rates. But over the medium and longer haul, I expect things will settle back down again as competition kicks in and things get back to normal.
I think we could all agree that we would love for things to get back to normal, Fred. Let's go ahead and bring in Lauren Talarico now. And Lauren has a few viewer questions from folks that have been sending them in. You can still send in your questions, 713-526-1111. Lauren, you have some questions?
Yeah, a comment I've seen online from a lot of people, though. Of course, we're all happy to be getting our power back, but a lot of people not happy about the fact we might see some higher rates because of that. Can you talk to us, to the viewers, a little bit about why those rates would go up and why that money hasn't been used over the past several years to upgrade the system? The retailers generally set rates based on what their average cost is over the year, which in Texas is particularly about summertime due to our air conditioning loads. This winter storm is an exception case. I can't really speak to why hasn't been done or why more hasn't been done in the past. That relates more to the ERCOT and the grid operators and the programs and incentives that they place on the retailers and the generators to do that. Gotcha. We want you to have all the answers for us, Fred. Come on. I know we're asking you things that you probably no. One more question. One more question for you. We're going to have another hard freeze here in the Houston area overnight tonight. What are the chances that people are going to lose their power again as the energy consumption goes up?
Well, ERCOT is still predicting rolling blackouts, although they have recently said that they hope they get more to the actual rolling type, where the power comes back on relatively quickly rather than the extended outages that people have been experiencing so far. So if they have to do that for the next day until the generation comes back up to meet the demand, then hopefully it's in a more controlled experience than people have had so far.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to swallow when you think, okay, it's just going to be for a couple hours as opposed to several days.
Much easier.
Yeah,
much easier. Yeah.
With TexasPowerGuide.com. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
I've heard you higher, but
I saw that. Yeah.
I said up to. I didn't say the maximum. Thank you, genius.
Well, up to is the maximum.
You're charging people tens of thousands of dollars for electricity that they did not have.
Hey, bro, this is America. You're worried about that? We've been doing that since healthcare.
True.
Oh, we saved your life? Here's a bill for $45,000. Oh wait,
yeah. Hey, we know you've been in our hospital for the last 6 months recovering from open heart surgery. Here's a $100,000 bill.
I know
this is what your insurance didn't cover.
I know this is going to take us to a dark place, but they're still trying to get me to pay the hospital bill for the hospital that they took my son that he passed at $5,200. Why the hell would I pay you and you didn't even save my son?
Well, here's what bothers me about that is your insurance should cover it because the paramedics took him to an out-of-network hospital to save his life. You shouldn't owe shit. They should just pay the fucking bill.
Yeah, I've already explained this to you.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how, under law, that's how it works. Whatever.
Yeah.
As an EMT, whatever hospital I take you to, your insurance has to cover that.
Yeah, under your understanding of law is from California's perspective. Texas has completely different laws. And just like most companies who do insurance, they can also find loopholes, which is what the company that did my insurance probably did.
I get a lawyer and sue the shit out of him.
I ain't got time to do that shit.
Man, lawyers cost money, Julio.
Yeah, that's true. That'd be a revolution in healthcare right there.
Anyway, that's my last segment. We're good to close it out now.
All right. Last 30 joke of the night, boys. What did the frog say to the fly? Nothing? Well, nothing. Frogs can't talk, so he ate him. All right, guys. And with that, everybody, thank you for watching us. It was a great time. We had a good time putting up this episode for you. And don't forget to watch us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and Google. And we'll see everybody next week. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Later, guys.